Stop trusting your owner's manual blindly. I know that sounds dangerous, but look at the evidence. Here is the official maintenance guide for a 2024 Toyota Camry sold in the United States. It says you must use 0W20 oil. It warns you that using anything else could affect your engine's performance. Now, let's travel 4,000 miles across the ocean. Here is the manual for the same car. Same engine block, same pistons, same factory assembly line, but this one is sold in Germany. And what does it recommend? 5W30, sometimes even 5W40. Wait a second. Did the laws of physics change when the car crossed the Atlantic? Did the metal bearings inside the engine magically get stronger in Europe? Of course not. The engine is identical. The only thing that changed is the government regulation. In the US, manufacturers are forcing you to use water-thin oil to meet fuel economy targets, while the rest of the world uses thicker oil to make the engine actually last. Today, we're going to find out if your recommended oil is slowly killing your car. We are going to dive deep into the most controversial debate in the automotive world, the battle of viscosity. We'll expose why manufacturers push thin oils in North America, the risks they are not telling you about, and most importantly, we are going to break down the 3 specific scenarios where switching to a thicker oil might be the only thing that saves your engine from an early grave. Before we pick a winner, we have to understand what we are actually pouring into the crankcase. Every oil you've ever bought has 2 numbers on the label, separated by a W. That W stands for winter. The first number tells you how the oil flows when you turn the key on a cold morning. A 0W flows almost instantly, like water, pushing lubrication up to the top of the engine within seconds. A 5W is slightly thicker, but still flows well in most conditions. Here is a number that should stop you cold. 75% of all engine wear happens in the first 30 seconds after startup, before oil reaches the critical components. That first number is a matter of survival for your engine. Unless you live somewhere that regularly hits extreme cold, the difference between a 0W and a 5W at startup is small for most modern cars. Where things get far more interesting and far more controversial is the second number. The second number is the viscosity of the oil once your engine is fully warmed up to operating temperature. Think of it as the thickness of the protective cushion between your metal parts. 0W20 is thin. At operating temperature, it creates a light, low-drag film. It is efficient, slippery, and offers almost 0 internal resistance. And then there is 5W40. At operating temperature, this oil is robust. It clings to metal surfaces. It resists being squeezed out under extreme pressure. If 0W20 is a windbreaker, 5W40 is a heavy winter coat. The manufacturer tells you to wear the windbreaker. But what happens when you walk into a blizzard? That is where the problems start. So if thicker oil protects better, why does your oil cap say 0W20? Switching an entire fleet to thinner oil is one of the easiest ways manufacturers can squeeze out measurable gains on paper without redesigning a single engine component. 0W20 reduces internal friction and pumping losses by around 15% compared to thicker oils. That translates directly to better fuel economy numbers on the government test cycle. In countries without these specific CAFE pressures, like Australia or parts of the Middle East, manufacturers quietly recommend the oil that protects the engine longest. The game changes when the regulatory pressure disappears. Let's be fair, 0W20 is not bad oil. In certain scenarios, it is genuinely the correct choice. Modern engines, built from the factory for 0W20, have tolerances, meaning gaps between moving parts, that are engineered to be extremely tight. On a brand new hybrid that stops and starts dozens of times on a commute, the oil needs to flow instantly into microscopic clearances. In that context, 0W20 is doing its job. Stick to the manual there. But a brand new hybrid in perfect factory condition is not where most of us are driving. Think about what happens to oil under real stress. Imagine your piston rings moving up and down thousands of times per minute. This creates shear force, which literally tears oil molecules apart at high temperatures. In a turbocharged engine or during a long highway run, in peak summer heat, 0W20 can thin out so drastically that it approaches the consistency of water. When the oil film can no longer maintain its protective barrier, metal contacts metal. This is called boundary lubrication failure. It does not announce itself with a bang. It is a slow, silent death. Your bearings wear down a little faster with each heat cycle. Your cam lobes develop microscopic scarring. 5 years later, you have a noisy, sluggish engine and no idea why. Lab tests show that 5W30 maintains a 35% thicker oil film than 0W20 at elevated operating temperatures. At 250 degrees Fahrenheit and above, where turbos and hard-driven engines regularly operate, 5W40 maintains a robust barrier that 0W simply cannot match. This is why HTHS viscosity, high temperature, high shear, is the number that actually matters to serious mechanics, not what the oil cap says. 5W40 sacrifices roughly 1% in fuel economy to ensure your bearings never physically contact the crankshaft. That is insurance in liquid form. So when should you make the switch? There are 3 specific scenarios where experienced mechanics consistently recommend moving up in viscosity. Scenario 1 is high mileage. As your engine ages, friction gradually wears away metal. The clearances between your bearings and rotating assemblies get wider, slowly but inevitably. If you keep running thin 0W20 oil in an engine with 150,000 miles on it, the oil begins squirting out of those widened gaps before it can build proper pressure. The result is a drop in oil pressure that leaves critical surfaces under-lubricated. If you hear a hollow rattling sound on startup that fades once the engine warms up, this is what is happening. Switching to 5W30 or 5W40 fills those gaps. The thicker film acts almost like a sealant, restoring compression, stabilizing oil pressure, and silencing those old engine sounds. It is the cheapest repair you will ever make. No parts, no labor, just a different number on the bottle. Scenario 2 is oil consumption. Are you adding a quart between oil changes? This problem is more common than manufacturers want to admit, and thin oil is frequently the reason. 0W20 is light enough to slip past worn piston rings and get burned in the combustion chamber. You may notice a faint blue tint in your exhaust under hard acceleration. Before spending thousands on an engine rebuild, try this first. Switch to 5W30. The slightly higher viscosity makes it physically harder for oil to migrate past the rings. Mechanics have documented countless cases where an engine burning a quart every 1,000 miles stopped consuming oil entirely just by moving up one viscosity grade. The physics is simple. Thicker fluid resists being pushed through small gaps. Scenario 3 is severe service, meaning heat and hauling. If you tow a trailer, carry heavy loads regularly, or drive aggressively in hot weather, the internal temperatures of your engine exceed what most people assume. Remember, oil thins as it heats. At sustained operating temperatures, above 220 degrees Fahrenheit, which towing in summer will absolutely produce. You need an oil that stays thick enough to cushion the crushing loads on your connecting rods when that trailer is behind you at a highway speed on an August afternoon. So here is the verdict. If your car is brand new, under warranty, and you drive gently, use what the manual says. Dealerships have the legal right to deny a warranty claim if they find that you used an unapproved fluid, even if that fluid offered better protection. Play it safe until the warranty expires. Once the warranty is gone, or if you drive hard, tow regularly, live somewhere that gets genuinely hot, or have a higher mileage engine, you need to rethink what is in your crankcase. A move to 5W30 is almost always safe for any modern engine, and it adds a meaningful layer of protection for minimal cost. If you are dealing with oil consumption, a turbo, or extreme summer driving, 5W40 is the oil that was protecting European engines of the exact same design all along. Manufacturers build cars to meet a regulatory target. We want ours to last forever. Do not let a government fuel economy calculation dictate the lifespan of your engine. Listen to the mechanics, not the compliance team. If this breakdown helped you see through the marketing, drop a comment below and tell me what oil you are running. I will see you in the next one.